There's a restaurant in New York City that serves mediocre pizza, lines around the block every night. 2 blocks away, there's another pizzeria, award-winning chef, perfect ingredients, but it's half empty. Every year, thousands of businesses with superior products fail while their customers with worse products thrive. If you're competing on quality alone, you've already lost. The difference isn't quality, it's everything else. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Let's start with the uncomfortable truth. The best product rarely wins. If we go back to the early 80s, there was competition in the videotape space. I know some of you probably don't even know what a videotape is. But at the time, it was Betamax versus VHS. And Sony Betamax was the better product. It had better picture and sound than VHS. But VHS ultimately ended up going on to win and dominate that market because you could record entire movies on them, and they had more availability of movies which you could rent everywhere. So the best didn't win. McDonald's doesn't make the best burger. Starbucks doesn't make the best coffee, yet they dominate. According to Harvard Business School research, customers make product purchase decisions based on a hierarchy of needs. Product quality, that's just the entry fee. You have to meet a minimum bar, but it's not everything. The real game happens elsewhere. Every business transaction involves 4 forces. Force 1 is the product. What are you selling? The actual thing or service. Force 2 is service. How easy you make it to buy. Ordering, payment, delivery. Force 3 is reliability. Do you deliver when promised every time? Force 4 is the relationship you have with a customer. Trust, communication, actually giving a damn. Consulting firm McKinsey studied B2B sales and found that reliability and ease of doing business beat product performance in 68% of purchasing decisions. So 2/3 of your customers care more about how you deliver than what you deliver. Bain and Company found the number 1 factor in customer loyalty, and it isn't quality. It's reducing customer effort. Amazon Prime members spend $1,400 per year. Non-Prime members, $600. Same products. The difference is 2-day shipping and 1-click ordering. The local hardware store might charge 20% more than Home Depot. The difference is they'll help you find what you need in 2 minutes compared to 20. For most people, it's worth the premium. This is the convenience premium, what customers are willing to pay to make their lives easier. FedEx built a $90 billion empire on just 3 words. Absolutely, positively, overnight. Not cheapest, not best packaging, just reliable. They charged 10 times more than regular mail when they started. Businesses paid it gladly because they could count on it. I've seen farmers lose $20,000 a year restaurant accounts, not because the vegetables were bad, because they were late multiple times. MIT research shows unreliable suppliers cost businesses 8% of annual revenue through rush orders, stockouts, and damaged relationships. That's bigger than many businesses' profit margins. Here's something that will blow your mind. Customers who experience a problem that's excellently solved often become more loyal than customers who never had a problem to begin with. Harvard Business Review studied 10,000 customers. No problems, 74% repurchase rate. Unresolved problems, 9% repurchase rate. Well-resolved problems, 82% repurchase rate. Solving a problem for a customer and solving it well matters and can make a huge difference to your bottom line. Picture this: a farmer shorts a restaurant order. Instead of making excuses, they immediately call, apologize, refund the missing items, and deliver extra the next week for free. That chef becomes their most loyal customer for the next 5 years. Why? Because how you handle failure reveals who you really are. The Ritz-Carlton empowers every employee to spend up to $2,000 to solve a guest problem without approval. Seems crazy? It might be, but the results don't lie. Their lifetime value per customer is $1 million. That $2,000 that might be spent protects $1 million. Edelman's Trust Barometer found that 81% of customers say trust is a deal breaker. Trusted companies outperform competitors by 2.5 times. But trust isn't built through promises. It's built through consistent, small actions. Trust follows 4 predictable stages. 1. Can you do what you say? We call this competence. 2. Will you do what you say? This is reliability. 3. Will you tell me if something goes wrong? This is communication. 4. Do you actually care about my success? Caring about the customer matters. The reality, most businesses never get past number 1. But if a better product is better, why don't customers switch to better products? Bain research shows switching suppliers costs 8 to 12% of annual purchase value in terms of time researching alternative, risks of the unknown, changing systems and processes, and breaking relationships. In other words, your competitor needs to be 8 to 12% better than you just to break even in the customer's mind. If you're 5% better, but harder to work with, you'll lose every time. This is why inferior products with superior service actually win. When you look at superior products with inferior service, the math doesn't work the same way. Let's look at a matrix of actual real-world businesses. High product, low service. Call this frustrated excellence. Amazing product, but painful to buy. Customers leave despite loving the product. This is the restaurant that has amazing food, but takes forever to get served and then has lousy service when they bring it. Low product, high service, the profitable, mediocre. This is a business with an average product, a delightful experience. Most successful franchises live here. Name your franchise, a lot of that stuff, it's average, but they have really good service. So we go back time and again. High product, high service, the category king. Apple, Disney, the Four Seasons, Tiffany's, they all command premium prices and have the service to back it up. Low product, low service, the walking dead. These companies are surviving solely on low prices. They're one competitor improvement away from being bankrupt. McKinsey found that moving from high product, low service to high increases customer lifetime value by 270%. But here's the kicker. Moving to low product, high service increases it by 180%. Reducing product quality while massively improving service can actually grow your business. Remember, it's not just the quality of the product that matters. Many times, it's the service that goes with that product that matters even more. If this has got the wheels spinning and you're looking for an implementation plan so you can bring this strategy into your business, here's a 30-day transformation that you can take on. Week 1 is audit your 4 forces. Rate yourself from 1 to 10 on product, service, reliability, and relationship. Your weakest force is your biggest opportunity for improvement. Week 2, fix your weakest link. If it's product, focus on consistency over perfection. If it's service, simplify ordering and payment and go out of your way to provide extra help to customers. Reliability, create backup plans. In relationships, add more personal touch points. Just adding 1 is more than enough. Week 3, measure the impact. Track response times, repeat purchases, complaints, and compliments. Week 4, make it systematic. Turn improvements into standard procedures. Build it into your business's DNA. MIT Sloan found businesses that improve their weakest force see 23% revenue increases within 6 months. Not from new customers, but from keeping existing ones. Stop asking, how do I beat my competition? Start asking, how do I become irreplaceable to my customers? Products are replaceable. Experiences aren't. Features are comparable. Relationships aren't. Prices are matchable. Trust isn't. Your product gets you in the door. Everything else keeps you in the room. The best product doesn't win. The hardest to replace does. So let's go. Let's get to action. Pick one force this week, product, service, reliability, or relationship, and rate yourself honestly. Then take one concrete step to improve it. That's how you can get on a path to make your business irreplaceable. Thanks for watching the video today. What in this video resonates most with you? Let me know by leaving a comment below. Thank you for watching. I hope you like, subscribe, do all that fancy stuff that I never ask you to do, but you guys have done a really great job of. Anyway, thanks again, and until next time, be nice, be thankful, and do the work.